If you're into that 80s vibe, you can check out the Club Vector clothing range. Link for that is down below, as is the link for U7 Buy. Cut out the nonsense of FIFA points and the random gamble, and just go straight to the source. Use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another video today. Team of the Week predictions, but early. I will be doing a full comprehensive Team of the Week predictions tomorrow, but we normally take a little look at what's to come. So if you are playing through Weekend League and you don't know whether to go one step further, this could help you out. Chaplin up first with a hat-trick in a 5-3 win for Barnsley. There's always a silver. I normally don't bother with them because they just pluck them out of thin air, but today, with a hat-trick, it's all but guaranteed to be him. Spalek up next from the Italian League with 1 goal and 1 assist in a 3-0 win. Doesn't look like a particularly great card, although for a 76, I've definitely seen worse. Sticking with the 76 theme, though, we are going to move on to Bornau, probably mispronouncing that. I do apologise if I've messed any of these up. He's got 1 goal and a clean sheet in a 2-0 win for Cologne. Of course, they beat, I think it was Bayer Leverkusen they beat, didn't they? Good result for them. Moving on to, KOITA. That's how I'd probably say it because it's like Naby Keita. Yeah, KOITA. Yeah, I'll go for that. 2 goals in a 3-0 win up top. It probably isn't going to be enough, to be fair, but it's definitely worth a mention. You never know. Let's move on to FLECK. Into the Premier League we go. Sheffield United, 2 goals in a 2-0 win. I mean, they are flying at the moment. Many people thought that they'd go straight back down. Not a bit of it. They're actually in contention for European football if they continue going the way they're going. Absolutely crazy stuff. Speaking of European football, RHODES is not going to be playing that anytime soon. 3 goals and a 4-0 win. Sticking with the Scottish theme, though. Who remembers this guy from, like, Football Manager? He's like one of those players who costs like 4 or 5 million, but he's got like a really good record, and then when you buy him, he does absolutely nothing. Doesn't look like a great card either, unfortunately. Oh dear. Niederlechner, maybe. 3 assists in a 4-2 win. That's a pretty impressive return, but he is a striker, so EA may not look favourably upon it. Stanku with 2 goals in a 3-1 win. Again, not a card that many outside of the fans of the club or Romanians would really enjoy, but you can't really deny a player just because not many people... Oh no, wait, it's EA. Of course you can. Moving on to Linson. It is position change, this one from a striker to a left wing. 2 goals and a 3-0 win. Might be enough. It doesn't look like a great card for a left wing. There are a couple of these type of cards around this week, though. Like, they've been position changed and they're just not great for their position. GOSLING is not one of them. 1 goal in a 1-0 win against Chelsea. Not many expected the Bournemouth side to beat Chelsea away from home, but they did. Not a great card due to the pace more than anything, but still, deservedly in there. Sanchez, this is another one of those position change cards that it's a bit like Nainggolan, really. He's more of a CDM/CM, but he played right wing for whatever reason. He managed to get 1 goal and a 2-1 win. I'm not saying he's going to get the inform, but if he does, it probably will be a right wing. Mukiele, probably one of the most exciting prospects from Leipzig, and now up for an inform as well. Looks like a really good card with 1 goal and a clean sheet and a 3-0 win. I mean, look at that. For an 82 rated card, 81 defending, 81 physical, doesn't sound like a lot, but with the chem style, you could bump that up, and he's already got crazy pace, decent dribbling and passing too. DARIDA should probably have had 2 or 3 informs already, if I'm honest, but with a bit of luck, should get this one with 1 goal and man of the match performance and a 1-0 win. EA will pull little cards that like this out of their backside every now and again for like 1 goal, so you never know. Max, we've already had an Augsburg player with was it a hat-trick of assists or something of that nature, but Max is definitely worth a mention. I just don't know whether it's too soon. 2 goals in that 4-2 win for Augsburg, but like I said, it might be a little bit too soon after his previous inform, so that's why I put in the guy that I can't pronounce the name of with a hat-trick of assists. Haller, for those holding the ones to watch. I can't see this happening, if I'm honest. 1 goal in a 1-0 win for West Ham over Southampton. It wasn't, like, no disrespect to Southampton, but they are relegation candidates this year. I mean, that was a big game down the bottom of the league, but with that being said, if he'd scored that against Man City or something, different story. Schultz for Dortmund with 1 goal in a 4-0 win. The reason I've gone with Schultz actually over like Royce and Sancho and stuff, although we will talk about other players from Dortmund, is because they've all recently had informs or special cards or have them in packs right now. So Schultz, decent prospect. LAFONT, our first or maybe even our second goalkeeper, because I've got to record this in pieces. But LAFONT with 5 saves and a clean sheet and a 1-0 win. Yeah, I mean, it's not a great card, but it's not a terrible card either. If you packed it, you'd be like, oh, well, it's a nice, what, 10, 15k. Moving on to Pizzi, always gets himself an inform. Today is no exception. 2 goals and 1 assist in a 4-0 win for Benfica. Should be enough. Portuguese league players tend to have to do a lot more than your top 5 league style of player, purely because EA hate them, but Pizzi should have done enough. And speaking of Dortmund a second ago with Schultz, we are now on to Sancho with 1 goal and 1 assist and a 4-0 win. Royce is in form this week, so that's not going to happen. Sancho is the only other candidate apart from Schultz, but Sancho's got quite a few special cards this year, so I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to Schultz, but we'll have to wait and see. Saul, he had an inform a few weeks ago. We've way past the time of him being allowed to have another one. He got 1 goal and a 2-0 win. That is actually now starting to look like a decent card. When they first announced his card as an 85, it looked absolutely horrendous. It looked more like an 80 rated card, but now that's starting to look somewhat respectable. Not a bad looking player. Coutinho, this is guaranteed, right? It has to be a hat-trick and 2 assists in a 6-1 win for Bayern Munich. I think Lewandowski got 2 goals in that game as well. Muller came off the bench and got a few goal contributions, so they absolutely romped Werder Bremen, but Coutinho, with his ones to watch especially, deserves that inform. And finally, for today's little episode, we have Mo Salah with 2 goals in a 2-0 win for Liverpool. It did look like he played up front, and SofaScore is telling me that he did, so is Who Scored, so I would assume that he played striker. Liverpool switch around during the game depending on what their opponent is doing and what subs they bring on and what have you. So it's completely down to EA's discretion. But just to mix it up a little bit, it would be nice if they gave us a striker, Mo Salah. Now, with that being said, before I leave you, I do want to talk about Futmas. I mentioned it yesterday in the Are You Joking EA video where we talked about the recent Futmas SBCs. I just want to sort of go over it again because I feel like a little bit of it was lost in translation when I was talking about what's to come. So every single Futmas, what happens is EA will start it reasonably well. I honestly thought we'd get a couple of days before this happened, but what they tend to do is 2 or 3 days in, they will drop like unbelievably overpriced SBCs, and I don't know why they do it. It has that sort of feeling of what they're going to do is they'll hike the price up of these. So, for instance, yesterday we got given Kevin Malquit, who is useful for links. It's not a bad card for an 84, but for 130,000 coins, get on your bike. There's no chance in hell I'm paying that for it, right? Luca Bacchio is exactly the same situation. The card isn't a bad card. Decent upgrade over the, I think, was it 78 that he had? It's not a bad upgrade at all. Unfortunately, 160,000 coins for that card is probably 135,000 coins too much. It needed to be the same. It needed to be an 84 with an inform maximum. That's 60k. That's a little bit overpriced, but still, it needed to be something of that nature. Okay. Now, why have they done that? In my opinion, why they do this is they catch the odd desperate person who has coins. So, for instance, they'll release this, everyone will be outraged, but the 12% down here who have liked it will complete it. The 3% over here will complete it, right? Now, that's not a lot of people, I grant you, but it's still some people who will complete it. The other reason that they do it for is because today, in my opinion, at 6 o'clock, we will get 2 very well priced SBCs. Whether they are, insanely high rated, like, I don't know, Marcelo or something, it is irrelevant. Whatever the card is, it will be well priced. And then people will automatically, without even thinking about it, people will go, oh, they've listened to us. Oh, thanks, EA. And then they'll complete it. And that's exactly what they want. And it'll probably happen like that for another 2 or 3 days. And then they'll slip back into this whole 160,000 coins for an unusable card. And then everyone will go up in arms again. And then the next 2 or 3 will be fantastic value. And everyone will instantly forget what happened last week. And they'll be like, oh, they've listened to us again. That is what EA do. They do it every year. This year, in my opinion, will be no different. So, unfortunately, if you are a fan of Kevin Malquit or Luca Bacchio, you've been absolutely shafted. But these have been put in here for a reason. I would imagine EA have used 2 cards like Luka Bacchio, for instance, who, apart from fans of the player or the club, you're not really that bothered. And when it comes to Malquit, I think you'd be a little bit more bothered, but because he's French and it's not Sissoko, I think people were more up in arms about that than anything else. But that's just my opinion. Take it with a pinch of salt. But I think we started off well. Axel Witsel was unbelievably good value. 84 team and an inform was a nice price. Team of the Year nominees in packs. They had us, and then now they've done this. Today, they'll bring us back again, and everyone will be joyful and, oh, Footmas is back. They've got it back on track. They've listened to us. Just don't fall for it, you know? Really think about it today when they drop these SBCs and they look like good value. Think about it before you complete them. Are they actually good value, or are they just good value compared to what these are today? Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Do me a favour and hit that like button if you have done. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.